should get us out. In between now, I saw the documents of the car. I said, this car, and that's why I saw.
Before that one, let's hear.
Alright, so yesterday I got an information that the Oyo State government paid ransom money for the release of the children and teachers that were kidnapped on the 15th of May 2026 at Oyo government area in Oyo State. So it is said that the government paid ransom for the release of those children, but the kidnappers collected the money and have still refused to release those children. Today will make it 49 days in captivity, 49 days with those little children and their teachers in captivity. Tomorrow will make it 50 days with them there. And as of today, you can see all over the internet, nobody is really talking about the children anymore.
We are still talking
Nigerians have moved on like they always do. Everybody have moved on from that topic. They are now talking about other trending issues.
No.
So everybody have moved
We'll
on.
continue to talk about it.
We don't know.
Happy Friday.
The children are still alive. We don't even know if they are still in Oyo State.
They are there.
To another country. We don't know what is the current status of the children. Now, this brings us to what I told you, Oyo State government.
Tonight is going to be nice.
Oyo State, and they came out to address us.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Good evening as you join me. Yes, we are on our 3 platforms, like Just Styles and Beauty Tips on Facebook. On YouTube, we're on Prevailing Issues with Ajoke. And then on TikTok, we're on Just Styles and Beauty Tips. Please, guys, let's come together and have fun tonight. Yes, we'll start with the story of the children, the abducted Ogbomoso children. They are still missing, guys. And it seems we just pray that the Chibok history does not repeat itself. So now we have an update on those ones, though the update has been debunked, but whatever, we'll work on what we have at hand. Secondly, we have a late billionaire don't show. When you hear billionaire don't show, late Demola Seriki's wife fight so dirty on social media over his properties. Late Seriki, Demola Seriki, the ambassador to I think was it France or so. Before he died, he had so many. He was a senator, he was a minister, he had done all this, and his wives are fighting over the properties now. So we have an update on that because we have seen the youngest wife going to the grave to cry out. She actually knocked at her husband's grave and said, Demola Yasaki Demola. She cried her eyes out. And so, please, as you come in, Babalawo and every other person on TikTok, help me to power tap, I beg you. She's Spain, yes, the ambassador to Spain. Thank you, Modara. Yes. She cried out that they are trying to frustrate her. Anyway, I've got authentic news. You know, Ajoke does not go without digging it deep. Thank you so much, Alawo. I love you, bro. Everybody, please help me to power tap. I will give you the real gist behind it. Who is at fault? Is it Wosila, Okoya's sister, or Sholape? Who is at fault? Me, I will just say everything I've heard. Oh. It's in my ears, he has heard. Mo bẹ̀rù olórogún, mo bẹ̀rù olórogún, orogún ò fẹ́ ní fọ́rọ̀, orogún ò fẹ́ ní dénú. If you are hearing polygamy and you think you can dive into it, Omo, You will hear when, even after death. This is a very young girl, Sholakpe. She should be in her maybe early 40s. We know her mother. Her mother is a socialite too. Shaba. You don't know her? Bisi Shaba. The one that opened Salawa Abeni's eyes. When Salawa was still in Papa, she was the one that opened her eyes. Ola Salawa Loju. That is the mother. But before we go for tonight's hot gist, let's come together as Nigerians and talk about those children. Yes. Remember the children that were abducted in Ogbomoso 40-something days ago. My dear people, we have not heard anything. Remember, Omowole Sowore told us that the children had been taken to Kaduna by the kidnappers. But we didn't believe that. We are relying on the government because the government told us that don't worry, we will make sure that the children comes back hale and healthy. We have seen VDM going to the state to speak with the governor of the state, and he reassured him and others that the children will be brought home safely, and the teachers. Remember, one of the teachers was beheaded in front of everyone there. Now, since that time, we have not heard anything. We have seen Mr. Sunday Igboho in all his capacity, with all the Ogun in the whole world. He went into the bush, into that forest where they said they are. But we just saw drone. We saw him saying, that's a drone. Yeah, I can see. That was all we saw. Since that time, we have not heard anything. The government reassured us. The government reassured us that we should not worry. The president himself spoke out and said, I reassure you guys, those children will be brought home back. They told us that the place has been surrounded with our military men. Remember, a lot of people have been saying it, that why can't they just attack these people and get the children out? Okay? They said because they don't want the children to go, because by the time they attack these people, definitely it is going to affect the children and teachers. So that was why they were being tactical and strategic so that the children would be safe. But remember, we said something, that you're being tactical all along. It's been how many days? And remember, they said any insurgency after 24 hours, that the government knows about it. While we were still saying that, we have seen ex-governor Fayose accusing the present governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, of being the brain behind it because he's contesting to be the president of Nigeria. Remember, I said this seems to be a political game as usual. Our first lady, Mama Lakara, Mrs. Oluwemi Tinubu, has refused to talk about this. To me, I feel like I always call her, she's wicked, she's this. I don't think she's wicked. I've just had a thought about it. I think because she knows that these children are there for a purpose. Allegedly, I just feel so. That for her to have kept quiet so much like this and be unbothered about it, it seems she knows that, look, guys, we will return the children after the election. We are playing with you guys. That's the way I feel. Now, VDM gave us an update today. Guys, I don't know if you have heard. This has just been debunked 2 hours ago. But as of this morning, good evening, sir. The VDM came this morning and told us that, look, the government already paid the ransom. He gave us an expo that, guys, there is trouble in Nigeria. That the government has paid the ransom. Remember the ransom they initially requested for, they said was 1 billion naira, exchange of their men, Sharia law, whatsoever, and Elox vehicles. And these people brought the woman out, one of the teachers, and she said, no, stop lying on these people. They did not ask for all these things. The only thing they are asking for is the exchange of their men, their 2 dangerous men, their leaders, for the children and teachers. That was what, because one gbé bọ́ sí létí ni kó máa sọ̀rọ̀, and she was talking. That we should just disregard all those ransom thing. Today, VDM told us that authoritatively he got to know. Remember, he went to the governor's office. He went to meet Seyi Makinde, and Seyi Makinde actually had a word with him. And so he's telling us now that they have paid the ransom. But after paying the ransom, just like the normal way that has been going on in Nigeria, the children were not returned as promised. Now, listen to VDN. Please, guys.
On the 17th of alright, so yesterday I got an information that the Oyo State government paid ransom money for the release of the children and teachers that were kidnapped on the 15th of May 2026 at Orire local government area in Oyo State. So it is said that the government paid ransom for the release of those children, but the kidnappers collected the money and have still refused to release those children. Today will make it 49 days in captivity, 49 days with those little children and their teachers in captivity. Tomorrow will make it 50 days with them there. And as of today, you can see all over the internet, nobody is really talking about the children anymore. Nigerians have moved on like they always do. Everybody have moved on from that topic. They are now talking about other trending issues. So everybody have moved on, right? We don't know how the children are faring. We don't even know if the children are still alive. We don't even know if they are still in Oyo State, if they have been moved to another country. We don't know what is the current status of the children, right? Now, this brings us to what I told the Oyo State governor when we protested in Oyo State and he came out to address us on the 17th of June 2026. I told him something. I said, sir, we don't want this situation to be like Chibok.
It is becoming like
Chibok
Chibok.
children were kidnapped April 2014 until today, 16 years later, the children are still in captivity. Some of them were freed 14 years later. Some of them were freed. Some of them never went back home because they were married off. Some of them were sold to other terrorist groups. They were forced to be wives. Some of them have even given birth to children for these kidnappers. 16 years later, they never went back to their family. Some of them, their parents have even died because of depression. And how sad the situation is. I told the governor this. I said, you cannot let this be like the Chibok situation. The governor said, Oyo is not Chibok. But it's slowly looking like Oyo is going to be the next Chibok. Because tomorrow make it 50 days, 1 month, 20 days with those children in captivity.
50 days.
Then I told the governor, I said, we are ready.
Network is bad.
You should go into the bush. There will be collateral damage. I know what the government are scared of. They are scared of, okay, maybe when they go into the bush, that these kidnappers will just unalive the children and the teachers. But as of now, we don't even know what
If
is
they are
happening.
still alive.
We don't even know if they are still alive. Before you people even thought of going into the bush to rescue these kidnappers came out. They unalive one of the teachers. Till now, I have refused to watch the video. They said there was a video to that effect. I refused to watch it. I only believed that there was a video because everybody said that there was a video. I cannot bring myself to watch that. You understand? So are we sure that they've not on a live song that they've not posted?
How are we sure these children are still alive? Remember, Omowole Sowore is an investigative journalist, and he authoritatively told us that these children are no more in that bush. And remember, our brother went there with his army of Iweshin. They couldn't go in there. They were just playing with drone. We don't know if these children are still alive. The government has debunked the story. They said that we should not mind VDM, that the story is false, that the children, they have not paid any ransom. They said they have not paid any ransom. So who do we believe? Guys, who do we believe? Sorry guys, let me just, because I want to read it out to you. I have showed you where they said definitely where is this news now? Oh god. Anyway, they have debunked the news this afternoon to say that they're still looking for the children. The children are safe. That is from Oyo State. They said that the children are there, that they have not paid any ransom. You know, no government want to accept that they paid ransom. And we know that all along in Nigeria, people have been paying ransom. Government has been paying ransom. So for them to tell us that they have not paid ransom, there is always an iota of truth in any gossip or any rumor. For VDM did not come out 2 days ago to tell us that they have paid ransom. He did not tell us 1 month ago that they have paid ransom. Why is he just coming out today to tell us that they have paid ransom? And the government quickly came out, or your state government quickly came out to say, no, we didn't pay ransom. They don't want to look like they have failed the citizens. Mind you, the Nigerian Union of Teachers have called off their strike in Oyo. The children are back to school. The teachers are back to school. And we are still having missing children and teachers. Which way for those children? Which way for these teachers? Are we sure they are still alive? Why? What is happening? Are we going to just forget these children just the way Chibok girls were forgotten? And some of them were married, just like VDM told us here. And truth be told, it is looking like it. We have sensational news now that we are all on. Tonight, I'll be talking about the Okoya, the Serikis. And that is how it's been on social media. Every time we have more news, even more pressing issues, the economy, we have thief, somebody on our own budget, like Abia Miller saying he doesn't know him. They said they are lying on the government. Who is deceiving who? That's why I said we have pressing issues, just like these children. And so, stories upon stories, and before you know it, the story of these children will die a natural death. And I've said it. I will continue to use my platform, even if I still talk about other things. I'll continue to talk about those children until they come back home. I will continue. I am an Abiyamo, and everyone on my platform, I have my mothers here. They are all Abiyamo. They have told us. They have said, Ajoke, we'll continue to talk about these children until we get them. You can always treat all your baby stuff, but please do not forget that You are in your home, you are in your house, you have your children. These children are in the bush, they are in the forest. We don't even know if they are alive or dead. These are babies. There had been rumors that one of them had gone, two of them had gone. How are we sure they are still alive? And so we'll continue to talk about them. That is the story number one. Story number two, like I told you, is Ganusi's story. Guys, I will allow everybody to talk, please. But please, let me just give you an insight into it. I have seen my auntie, Ashabi. She has a lot to talk about for us too. But please, let me just give us the story of this lady that came out. I don't know if you know late Seriki, Demola Seriki. Yes, a politician, a Lagosian, a notable Lagosian, a polygamist by nature, by birth, by all, a big polygamist, a successful politician, you understand, in Lagos State. He has numerous wives. Yes, his first wife just passed away some months ago, Yabiola, call her Yabiola and Sireni. That's the first wife. Before that one, I heard that he was married to an Oyibo in America. So that is the original firstee before getting married legally to the late wife, Remy. Now, you know Shaba, BC, Biscuit, the beautiful Biscuit in her days. Of course, of recent, we even heard that she got married to a younger guy, Mama Biscuit. Very responsible woman, no? Because, that woman, nígbà ayé wọn, she was a hottie. Mama was very hot. Mama married to Shaba, a politician, a rich man there. Nígbà yẹn. And so her daughter is a lawyer, Sholape. Sholape is the one that is married, that got married to this late Seriki as the last wife. Last wife. She is a lawyer. Remember we treated Ellen Prest story some weeks ago. Another story of Ellen Prest has emerged too. But I will say this one. Kamat Fiojuko Korobam Konje. I will give you the summary of it. She cried out today when late Demola Seriki died. He was acting, he was the ambassador to Spain before his death. So he was still serving when he died in Spain. She was the one in the house. Princess, good evening, ma. She was the last wife, okay? But as at the time, Brother Seriki was sick, allegedly, they said he was already not sleeping with Sholape again. Allegedly, that as at that time, things has broken down between the two of them. Allegedly. Now, Demola Seriki was there in Spain. Let me give you a brief history of who Wosila is. Wosila, the one that this particular lady, you will hear her now. Let you come and hear her voice first before I give you an information about Wosila, about all of them, about all of them, about all of them. You will know now why I am talking like this. Now, Auntie, where's Auntie now?
Laws don't change unless people in Lagos State want to help you to change.
Gogilat, thank you.
You change that car into
Okay.
you get people that actually assault other people, trying to use judiciary on matters that we'll see.
She got a letter today. Wosila is not the daughter of Akoni. She is the last. Wosila Okoya is the last child. She's the junior sister to Okoya. Yeah, she's the last daughter of the parents, Okoya's parents. So she's a sister to Okoya. You understand? She's like their baby, the baby of the house. That is Wosila Okoya. Okay. Now, this lady got a letter from Ayale. Yeah, a summon letter from court, and that is the letter she's reading now. Remember, during the burial of their husband, there was a bit of drama as at that time. Since that time, this Sholakwe, she's a lawyer, like I told you. She has been coming out to social media to hint us on what is going on. Okay? Maybe we wouldn't have known anything about the family. Yeah? There might have been rumor of that. But she has been feeding the social media on the events of things. So she came out today again to tell us that the last time she was crying on social media that they are not allowing her children to go and see their father in the grave, that they're holding the key to the vault and all that. Today again, she has cried out about the vault again. You will hear her and other things that she mentioned. She's knocking at her husband's saree. I like that.
Call my late husband, Demola Seriki.
Yes.
I call you into this matter.
She's calling her husband into the matter.
I have come again with my children.
She has her 2 children.
They take. In absence of your death, not in absence, in your death, they mimicked you. On the flights, in many places. Everything that will cause problem, people told me to let them be. Today, I received a court letter by Wosila Okoyat that I should come and apologize to her for a vehicle that you did not give her, that she took with.
I will explain about that vehicle. I got to know. I will just be giving you an insight. Number one, she complained of the vaults. For every one of you that have called me today, I told you that please let's meet in the evening so that I will tell you what I heard. Yes, she's complaining about the vault that Okoya's sister Wosila took the key of the vault, and so she and her children do not have access to that vault. Number one, reliably, I got to know that Wosila herself doesn't even have the key to the vault. That Biola, the first daughter of late Seriki, has the key to the vault. Even that the whole family have been talking to her about it, that you can't hold on to the vault's key. You are not the only child. And so everybody must have an access to that. So this is a misconception that it is Wosila that has the key to the vault. Wosila does not have the key to the vault. She herself has been asking, she will always ask for the key before she goes in to the vault. Okay? So in case, I don't know if you're watching me and you are a person, please let her know that the key is not with Wosila. Rather, it is with Biola, the first child of Mr. Seriki. Yes. And I will say, please, Biola, you are a woman. You understand? I'm sure you are older than Sholakwe. Sholakwe has little children with her. They want to go and pay homage to their father. They are so young that the enjoyment you peradventure had with your father, they never had it because they're still young before he died. Please, allow every member of the family to have access to the vault. Baba Yokishi Baba Enikon. In any way, everywhere in Africa, in Nigeria that I know, we always ask Ejo so that everyone will be, the corpse will be accessible to all. It is our culture to always go there to go and play. So you have no right to be the only one to hold on to the vote. So I'm just saying that. Secondly, the Hilux vehicle. Allegedly, I heard that this particular vehicle that you, Sholape, you didn't know about these vehicles. You have no business with these vehicles. According to what I heard, that before your husband died, in Galki, where they built a house of your own, you have a house in Galki, in Abuja. If it is a lie, oh, you please, oh, all of you are friends, that in Galki, where your husband built a house for you there, for your children and yourself, that he gave you 3 beautiful cars, state-of-the-art cars, that are yours before he died. And nobody dare go into those vehicles with you. This particular Hilux that is causing trouble, they said on a particular day, the children of Biola were in that vehicle to their school. I think they attended Corona. They are no more in Corona. That is Biola's children. They attended Corona school, and Wosila's grandchildren that are Seriki's grandchildren, they were in that Hilux car. The Hilux car takes them to Corona school. Auntie Ruth, how are you, darling sister? Takes them to the school. That is what their own car. And they have a personal driver and police. That's the younger sister. I know that I've said it. So that particular vehicle, that is the vehicle that runs for the children, yeah, dedicated to the children. That particular vehicle, what I heard is that since Seriki died, the vehicle has always been in the family home in Ikoyi. The family home, when I say family home, they said before Seriki died, he had made it a point of duty that any house that any of his wives lived before he dies, the house automatically belongs to the wife. He has a house in Ikoyi. That is his own private house before he died. Anytime he comes from Spain, that is his own home. That place, he lived there with Wosila Okoya. Please find out. That house, he used to live in that house with Wosila Okoya. And Wosila is the one living in that house. Automatically, the house belongs to Wosila. The house he gave to you in Galki automatically belongs to you because it is your own house. What I heard you, they said before, when he became the minister, as at that time, he called all his wives and said, what do you want? They said the first wife, Vemi, his legal wife, yeah, Mama Biola, told him, yeah, she said she wanted some shops. He bought the shops for her. He asked Wosila Okoya, Wosila being a very brave woman and brilliant at what she does, she asked for a land in Lekki, which the land's name is in her name. They built a house on that land. The same house is one of the houses that Sholape is fighting over. If I am lying, Sholape, please tell them I'm lying. No? That house, yeah, belongs to Wosila because one ẹni tó nílẹ̀ ló ṣe kíni ló nílé. Go and find out the name on that land. Yeah? You live in Abuja. He built another house in Wuse, the same Abuja, where they said he used to use as his guest house, a slaughterhouse, you know, where the boys do slaughtering. But he demolished the house and gave the property to you and Damola, one of his children in America, for you to just, for your maintenance, yeah, for the two of you. And allegedly, that Sholape is saying, no, I am not sharing any property with anybody. And the property is there being abandoned as we speak. Eyebrow areas, you know, he was a big politician, like I told you. Now, I know, okay, I'm just debunking, I'm just, explaining, don't let me debunk because I don't know them. You understand? Okay.
All other cars stating that first come, first serve. That is whoever gets the keys, grabs the keys. I have evidence of everything I said.
She said that Wosila got that Elos because she said when the man died, anybody that picks anything is their own. Mo bẹ̀rù ológun, ológun, mo bẹ̀rù ológun, ológun, ogun, very follow. So this is a man without will, okay? But he had given everything to each person before he died. There are certain things that he didn't give to nobody. And according to Sholape here, she accused Wosila that Wosila said anybody that picks anything is the person's own. There is one story that I heard though, that there's this polygamist that died. There is this polygamist that died and they went to see him in the hospital. He was dying and the last wife was with him when he was dying. So he apparently died, had an attack and they took him to the hospital from the last wife's home. So when they called the first wife and she came in and this is real life. It's just that I'm amiable. The people that knows the story, they know it. They will tell that. Do you know what? When the man died, when they were in the hospital, two of them, they were still crying, and they announced that the man had died. Do you know what the first wife did? She just looked at the last wife and see Okoku said, only Nujue, clean your face. Where is the key to the car? Give me the key. That's my car that I took out. That's key. You can imagine. They were still crying that this man died in the hospital. And the second, with the first wife being a very smart woman, and said, this is not time to cry. Let me take my inheritance before someone else take it. My dear, she took the key from the second wife that day. Exactly what I think happened with this particular case. So she said Wosila had already told them that whoever takes anything is their own. But what I heard is that that particular vehicle had always been in the family home, which means that it is Wosila's property. Are you getting me? So it is in her house. So she has been using it for her own grandchildren, which belongs to Baba Seriki, you understand? And they have been using it for other children too that belongs to Baba Seriki. Now, Sholakbe now went to the school in Corona and she attacked them. According to her, she said she saw the car, she saw the Hilux, and she saw her husband's picture on the Hilux, and she said, this is my husband's car now. Who are this in my husband's car? Apparently, she's saying that she doesn't know them, you understand? And she accused them of stealing the car. And so she made a scenario out of it. She shouted, she created a scene, and allegedly they said even on that day that they wanted to even arrest those children. Remember, they had a police officer that goes around with them. If not, the children would have been arrested because she accused them of stealing the car. Whereas it is their grandfather's car. And one of the children now said, this is our grandfather's car. What are you talking about? And she asked the boy, do you not know me? And the boy said, I don't know you. And then our own son, that is our own children, our own son now to her that the boy, the grandson of Mama Wosila, that Wosila's grandchildren, one of them is always bullying him at school. So she now felt like, so they know you, they are bullying you, but I don't even know them. You understand? Now, they said the truth is, you know that vehicle belongs to Wosila because it is in Wosila's house. It was in Wosila's house before the man died.
And now she's been saying court. Now that she wants to go to court because she does not want anybody near your property because she's occupying one of the houses there. So she wants to take all the houses in our property. I speak to you today because I know that she wants to work with judges that she feels that
Wosila's peradventure sent out this summon because of the attack. You know, she has been attacking them and claiming that the houses belongs to her. She wants to share, those houses, especially the lucky one. Whereas they said, that house does not belong to your husband. Even I heard that there is a house in Evans in Lagos Island, family house, that she had even gone there to fight the husband's brothers, that she wants to take over the property too, that it belongs to her husband, that it's not her husband, because her husband uses the place for his political base, So it is all about property. Now go on.
God will give them permission to act in her favor. But you labored for those properties.
She's talking to her husband.
I let it go. Mm-hmm. I did a video in December and said I let everything go. And in my house, they call me. That now she's saying that she wants to go to court. Demola Seriki.
I guess because it had happened since December. Wosila is going to court because allegedly, Sholakwe goes around to attack her. She goes around. There is a house they call Eco House, Eco House, that she goes there, Eco Court. You understand? That Eco Court, she goes there, she'll go and knock, and they're saying this house belongs to my husband. She goes to Ekoyi to go and be attacking them. And that is why they are sending others.
Your property, these are your children. Is this how you want them to be bullying them? The child that Bisola had, I didn't even know who he was. So my husband's campaign pictures were on the Hilux. So I went. So that's what, if Wosila is the owner of your property, let her be. If she's not, and she's taking me to court, yet all the heirlooms that belong to my children, their school fees and everything that belongs to them, her and your first wife that is down the road there, that's over there. They didn't give me 1 naira towards anything you left for my children.
Like so many people have called me today that they know her. They said yes, that Wosila seems to be sitting on everything. But I don't know how far that is true. But if you know about the story, but according to what I heard, they said Demola already gave everybody what he wanted to give them. And for the children's school, she insisted that she wanted her children to attend Corona where other children, grandchildren are going. So apparently, there is a fund for those children's school fees. So I don't know what she's saying here. If she's paying for school fees, I don't know. But according to what I heard, Demola Seriki has done all that before he died. The children are well kept. They are well taken care of in that school where they attend Corona private school.
If that is your wish, let it be. I have come to put the matter before you because I have left them. But now she's telling me she wants me to come to court for taking what belongs to me, my children, for taking a vehicle that was not handed over to her in any process. She changed it into her name 2 years after your death. It is on the papers. It is in the records, in the vehicle, in where you go and change registration for vehicles. Anybody that supports her to do injustice, any judge that uses a lacuna or anything to cause injustice, to allow somebody that Anti-Fulayo, the day when Anne and Remy were fighting, and they called you, that look, that Wosila wants to take all your property. And you said that Wosila said her brother has given her 10 properties and her children. That what would she want your property for? I was there. You were having the conversation with Anti-Fulayo that she gave everyone one of her, he gave everyone one of her children. So if her brother gave everyone one of her children, why is she fighting over properties all over the world?
Her brother is Chief Okoya. That is Wosila's brother. And then, honestly, people will wonder and say, why are you fighting over property when already your brother is the richest man in the whole world? I'm only joking, you know. Then you start wondering why she's fighting, you know, why Wosila is holding on to most of these properties. But allegedly, what I heard is that, you know, it is her own property and she's trying to hold on to what legally belongs to her. Do you understand? And for the car that you said she changed, of course, she changed the name, the ownership, because she is now in charge. Remember, I said anything that is left in the house, it is the wife at home that takes it. Yeah.
Why is she fighting over? Why is she happy that she ate my children's school fees? Heirlooms you gave these children. Even the documents, she's hidden it. That Wosila has turned it into her car for the child that Bisola had. I didn't even know who he was. So my husband's campaign pictures were on the hillocks. So I went. So that's when I saw his picture, and I asked I saw a boy, and I said, he was, and I sat, then I said, who's he? He goes, I said, you know who I am? He goes, this is grandfather's car. I said, and Junior was there. I said, do you know who Junior is? He goes, he doesn't know that it's his own grandfather. I said, but you know Junior. Does he not look like the person, this thing? Meaning that you knew us, we didn't know you are. Then Junior goes, this is the boy that's been insulting and bullying him in school. That's Ashe, no. I said, this boy bullying you? No problem. I now said to the driver, I said, please call his grandmother. I want to see his grandmother. I sat in the car. Then the driver said, was pulling me. I said, why are you pulling me out? I said, this is my husband's car. It's not Wosila's car now. Wasila around motor here now. You lost Wosila around now. To the point that you now use your connections and said, oh yeah, they should get us out. In between that, I saw the documents of the car. I said, this car, and that's what I saw. Records don't change unless people in Lagos State want to help you to change it. You change that car into your name. Well, 2 years after my husband's death. Yet that is what you now presented in court. A Hilux. After you had taken 2 Range Rovers, Wosila, I call you by your name because you're Shevi Agbalagba.
Ah.
And you see what check out my bunch, I see your cotton. And you say, more hit him of found more rabbits, more cocoa for your cotton. Tony, I see them. You now said you're married to Demola Seriki. Demola is here. You forgot that you married 2 men after you left Demola. Ashiri no feko jade. The second one, you are not divorced him after Bademos, and you still went to go and apply for green card. It's time for us to go.
Number one, for clarity, yes, Wosila was married before marrying Demola Seriki. Okay, she had a child for her husband. They said her husband was very, very rich. That they were dating, Demola and herself were dating when they were in high school. They wanted to get married. But it was Okoya that did not allow them. I don't know. But anyway, she got married. Her husband died. And then she came back to marry Demola. Okay? And gave Demola 2 children or so. Now, Wosila left Demola after some time. I think they said he was broke, allegedly. And Baba Okoya, allegedly, now gave Wosila to his friend. Because Demola no get money as at that time. Now, when he now became when he now started having his money back, they came back together. Mind you, this lady already came into the picture. Yeah. Remember, Mr. Okoya and Mr. Demola already was married legally to a wife, Remy, in Lagos. That is Mama Biola. They got married legal. That is his legal wife. Yeah. She's late now. She died about 3 or 4 months ago. But the thing is, Sholakwe, this last wife, is claiming to be the legal wife. Allegedly. I don't know if you are claiming to, but but the legal wife is still his late wife. Yeah. You know, she said, you that allowed you to be bringing food to my husband's house. When she first married this guy and she was in his house, Demola already started having an affair back with Kilo Kwanti and started coming Kilo come to Bagbo Kwanti. Ikioda Wosila. They are started dating again. And according to what we heard, that they actually loved each other. Yeah? And so Wosila was always there bringing food before they even made it known that, okay, we are coming back together. But already she had come home as the last wife. Now.
To the house, to the property, where all of you, yourself and Remy's children, you're all collecting the rent. Because I hear they too are denying that they're not, which they are. You're playing games. You 18 people. Want to someone school fees, so you're doing this for, you remember that he had someone there or somebody here, this, that. Shall we tell Key when he was alive? I went to Key when he was alive. You were away when he was alive. Can you went to one? You're just using those ones to try and catch trips. Leave the children to themselves, they will find them.
Because allegedly, late Demola had so many children out of wedlock, apart from all these ones. I told you, he was a successful polygamist. He did it very well with so many women. Allegedly, even married, allegedly, that got married, a married woman that had a child for him when she was in her husband's house, allegedly. So he had so many children. And so these are the children she's referring to. that now Wosila is now going out to pick all those children from Titi. Mba, you be my husband picking. Mba, and she's trying to give them all the properties. She's now asking, what is your own? This, when my husband was alive, we were, keeping malice with all these people. Why are you going to bring them now?
They will arrange themselves. I now decided, oh yeah, let's go to Ikoyi, of which we went.
Allah.
We got there, we entered, because I knew that, because I have not gone there since my husband died. All of you thought, I want to show my hair, they've done this, she doesn't know what she's... No. I know that what I have in me, what my value is more than that. But what is right is what is right. And I looked at it, I said, oh yeah, let's go. We got there, I said, I want to see Osila. Immediately you got men, they should start beating Amani. I have it on record. I recorded the incidents. They were touching.
Okay, guys, we are together here. I told you that the house in Ikoyi that she said she went and they started beating her own son. Yeah? That house belongs to Auntie Kiloko, Auntie Mangbagbo, Wosila. You went there because you are feeling like, yes, I'm the wife. I can go to any of his houses. No. Before he died, he told you, any house that I lived with you, that is the house that belongs to you. So you now went to the family home, where you believe it's a family home, because that's the only address Demola shares for everybody, like that's his own home. Does that not tell you something? That it was Wosila that was living with him, despite the fact that you were the last wife. It was Wosila that everybody knew as his wife, even in Spain. Allegedly, they said this Auntie Sholape gets pepper for body. Allegedly, that she's always fighting everybody. That even before her husband died, they had problems. What we heard was that even it was when the husband died in Spain, that her mother had to give her money to quickly buy tickets and go and meet her husband, because the two wives were already there. That is the first wife, the legal wife, and Wosila. And I heard that Wosila holds everything about Demola. Wosila was like the heart of Demola, allegedly. You know, there are some wives, there are some relationships that you guys are quite close. They said they were very, very close. Okay.
My daughter, I didn't say all this. And my son too, they were beating them too. It was a tenant. My husband's tenant that said never. She stood there and said, this is Oga's wife. People stop the nonsense. She told my children to go into her house and she said, Madam, fight for your children. Then you now came, oh, the gate, that our car is blocking the gate. You want us to leave, this, that. You're not the only person that lives in our residence. And I saw one of the other tenants, my husband's tenants, which you, Auntie Reni's children, are collecting, you are collecting the rent from. I said, excuse me, this is what's happening. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not causing any inconvenience, They said, go ahead. They had young children and they said, we can see where you're coming from. You now claim that you call police because you are fighting for them. Police came. Bisola announced came that they should arrest me. I said, Bisola, from where? Where you return? Let them all know to what? Oh, Rito. But I went to a farewell for any lady. Up there, Bisola's child was laughing at my children and recording with his phone and making fun of them.
Another wife.
You call people to even to our car.
Look, this is another wife. This man has a wife in Galki. You understand? He has a wife in Ghana. Omoba Ghana, Obimofu. Omoba Ghana. This man has children with Omoba Ghana. Has children in, has a wife in America. another wife that has a child for. There is one Shola Ajayi, they said I should ask you. One Shola Ajayi, she's a UBA big girl. They said very rich, and her children are doing very well. She too has about 3 children for Demola. What people are worried about is that the way you're going. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ tó ẹjọ́ because ẹ bá ṣe ẹ máa jẹ́ kí n flow mọ́.
Yeah, I think story I know.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ tán ẹjọ́ mà ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ tán ẹjọ́. So like I told you now, yeah, ó bímọ Demola bímọ ní oníyàwó ní ọmọọba Ghana wọ́n bímọ fún. Lady tí mo ní UBA yẹn, and that UBA lady, she's not into all this with them. She's not even fighting any property. She's on her own. Yes, na real community mbambam. So it's like that. Now, to me, they said the house they gave to her in Wuse that they said that should be her own for her own maintenance. She's not developing it because she said she cannot live with Dami. That is the daughter, one of the daughters. And they said the girl is doing very well in America. She's a nurse herself. She's a nurse. And she's so worried about the way you are behaving. That is the property willed to you and that girl. Okay. So that's what we head to. Now let's listen to her. And so that we won't be distracted.
That's very good. I said I want them to tow it. When they tow it, I'll go public. I've had enough of your crap. Then the same boy went. Then you now said to them that your son, they assaulted him. So when the lady came, I said this is a family matter. First and foremost, it's not a one-person residence. It's one person living in there, one person occupier. You can say, okay, you know that this person is in there. They have right of occupancy.
The house that you have gone to in Ikoyi, yeah, that house belongs to, like I told you, belongs to Wosila. She has another, I think the first floor, the penthouse is where they live. That's her husband and herself before the husband died. And they rented the other flats out. And you were there. You will be going there to knock and be saying it's your husband's house.
Several people are there. It doesn't belong to one person. So that person cannot take a decision. There because there are other people. The compound does not belong to Wosila. Then you come several times. I should come and sign this. I should come and sign this over to you. Or you want to rechange the will and everything. And I said, I'm not changing anything. I'm not interested in all what people are doing. Do the right thing. Or if not, I left it. Then you now tell police that I should go with us. That they told boy to lie that his clothes were torn in school. Our school has cameras. Do you think that they can tear the clothes of a child in school? And everybody will allow it? Is that your only case? That you want to teach a small boy to so he can get somebody else's father's thing? Calm down. Even if he gets it, that is the truth. The next day, the same boy that you claim that they tore his clothes went to meet my children in front of other students. That you see, they came, that policemen and gunmen threw my children out of their father's house.
Okay, now she went ahead. Sorry, guys, and this is the.
I have evidence. So anybody that is supporting you where you are, I've confirmed what you are meant to hand over. Yourself and Atremi, both of you.
The house is not Wosila, so it was a JV. What is JV?
I had it and move forward. You're not telling me you want me to come to court. That I should pay you 50 million fine. Or if not, I should write you an apology letter.
Yeah, our first daughter is not for Seriki, I know.
Ojo Otieni. Have you just school fees one? Also saw you now got a blogger, Kuti, to insult my husband, your husband. That yes, That is close. You can dash it to anybody you want. That's meant that polygamous, they're this, they're that. You didn't know that before. But now you're insulting him, but yes, you want to say property. That even these things you have no choice about, you dash it to anybody. Dash here now. The one I'm shape with when that's a grave done. Oh, Timo, Coco. Oh, the fight is not my fight. And don't touch it. And then touch it. This is the person you are fighting. He has left you people, but you want to go again. He said, oh, it's close. You got Kudi to first mellow it, and you now start insulting him. And that whatever anybody takes, they should take it. And these things, what do you want it for? You can dash it to anybody. Same way you told me that you're just pretending you don't like him. He can hear. And that you can cook for anybody. Abby? He can hear. Good luck to you. God said this is what you want. You want us to go to court. Abby? No problem. Bring all your lawyers. Bring all your sons. Bring everything. I come with vengeance of God. And all my spirit guides. And all my helpers. And everything that God sent to me. I call them all now.
What is that now?
Let's go there.
Okay.
Demola too. He will come. Since the day he died. Unless I'm not in town. Something happens. We are fried akara for him every Thursday. For his
Kilari? Me because
you that you made fun of him, that you are all laughing, even talking about him gasping for his life. That even warn you that why are you talking like this? That you could kill him for his tell you that you were making fun of him. Hey, they don't know. Demola is a nice spirit. But nice spirits to have their own time. You have overdone it. You want us in court? You want to use muscle? Let's go there. God that created everybody, that says, leave them, don't go to court. Toba muelo madroche. And when what's here, Dada? What's here, CB to fetch abo? Tori, long throat, Olenier. Olenier, Olenier. What to bear a year after when for me letter our mommy.
When you leave.
My grandchildren, anyone. And for me, go on now.
Auntie Wasila, now let me quickly talk, then I will let Auntie Ashabe speak. Auntie Wasila, Omoyi, one thing I want to beg you for is the fact that she's a very young girl. Yeah, her children are still young. But when one by one, her children are still young. I know you're trying to fight for what rightly belongs to you. Most of us, when we are married to a man, we believe that it's only beauty that can hold a man. I believe that was what really happened between Sholakwe and her husband. And she lost some manners, allegedly. And so the man sees another woman in her totally before he died. And they had, parted ways long before he died, that he avoided her like a plague. I don't know how far that is true. That this is how you have been fighting about. But there's something I noticed, yeah? Since Demola died, you have been the one that had been coming to social media to intimate us on what is really going on in the family. I remember that during the burial, I could see your, it was even your gesture, your behavior that sold you out. I knew that there was something going on between you and your Yalis. Before Demola died, even the first wife, that's the legal wife, and Wosila too, they used to fight. But immediately he died, and they both went to meet him in Spain. Before you came, they became friends. They settled themselves. They had some misunderstanding after that anyway. You understand? But, it seems it's only you That is you. But fortunately for you, what I heard is that you have a very good relationship with the government. The Lagos state government gave you a palm sec role. You had that job. You won't go to the office. Allegedly, most of the time, and I think you lost the job or something. You still see, okay, I cannot talk too much. Okay, all right. Okay, let me talk to. Let's go on. That the Ashiwaju, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that anytime he sees you, he gives you money, 25 million, 30 million, and all that. Anytime you see Baba, he must dash out, And then we're still in this show. You're always taking all the children there. That they are even worried. The way you are exposing these children to all this, my daddy no children. Okay, all right. I will allow you to talk, madam. You are exposing them. I'm just saying what I heard, and I will allow you to talk. That you're exposing these children to all these big politicians and musicians. Taking them everywhere. This is Demola's children. No, they look like their father more than the other children. No, I don't know. Allegedly, and then those are the things that they have said about you. And then we don't know how true is this. So I am just saying what I heard though. But for me, I will look at Auntie Wasila, like you called her Agbaya. Auntie Wasila, God has blessed you so much that your first husband, they said his richness is even more than Dangote, I don't know, or is in the league of the Dangote. That your first child, Bisola, or what's her name, that her inheritance from her father alone can buy us all here. So I don't know why you're still fighting over these properties. But I will say something that maybe because your husband had told you that particular house in Ikoyi, because you lived there together, definitely belongs to you. I don't see why Sholape is fighting over it. But if there are other things that we don't know, that that Demola left in your care and belongs to these children, please give it to them. Your brother is very rich. Eo Okoya. And you are in charge of that property too, because allegedly you were the one that brought Shade to Baba. So what is happening? One will still wonder about the way we are accumulating wealth, the way we are holding on to properties as if we are not going to die one day. I just wonder. So please remember, these are children. They are like your own children, to try and sort out things. And I think that's why you want to go to court, because you are, suing her so that you guys can sort it out in court. I will yield my mark now, because by the time we start talking, we'll talk about Buki. Buki has children for you too. 3 children. Shola, children. The one in Ghana, children. Plenty children. You have a lot of children out there that they are not coming now out. And before you know it, if you people continue to do this, even the property that you are fighting over, those children too will have a claim on it. Do you understand? I'm just wondering. So let me just keep quiet for now. Auntie me Ashari, Sharola.
Yeah, Ekale everybody.
Ekalema.
This issue, the first person I'm going to blame, the first person ever I'm going to blame is Sholape's mom.
Sholape's mom.
Yes, it's very, very important for we women, for we so-called mothers, to really train our children well. Don't say because you are wealthy, you have to train your children in that way. Most especially you that that the way you are being brought up. I could remember Biscuit is the immediate junior sister of Nikki
Africana. Yeah.
And Chineke.
Benny.
I showed them, mommy one time.
You are right, auntie.
Mommy one day fee their mom showed them the business way, how to be independent on your own, how to stand on your own. And everybody that remember that Nikki Africana, we all know the life that woman lived. We all know how she struggled on her own. That you won't even know. Nobody knows what Nikki Africana's mom was until when we now saw Biscuits coming out as immediate junior sister of Nikki Africana, right? Having said that, it's important. That is why I always use my own as an example. I'm not rich, but I'm wealthy. I am not rich, but I am wealthy, right? Money ola, money oro. Mo no but money ola, money oro. Right? And I never trained my only biological child to inherit me, to inherit whatever I have. Because I always tell him that whatever I have is for all of you and all other my adopted children, not for you alone. And my son also is still struggling like me. He doesn't even look at what I have. He is struggling on himself. And that is why we mothers need to really train our children. We should not say because we're rich, we're this. So our children have to go that way. It's not good. It was Sholape's mom that put Sholape in this problem of her life. How would you encourage your daughter to marry a man that already has 2 wives and so many children outside? How would you encourage her? If you did not encourage her, even if Sholape was the one that brought the Demola to Biscuit, Biscuit supposed to stand on her feet and say, no, don't go that route. Don't say because me, your mom, go that route. Because Shaba has other wives before Biscuit got married to him. Don't say because I go that route, you have to go that route. Don't go that route. A very young girl, a very small girl, when she got married to Demola,
very pretty.
She shouldn't have support her or encourage her. If she stood her feet and did not encourage or support her, Sholape will not find herself where she's now going up and down fighting because of property. We are all going to die one after the other. The Enito Jogun Fatolo Niku Enito Nifada. You people that are fighting, you Wosila and all that are fighting because of property. Where is Demola that owns the property today? The man is 6 feet down below. And Gosila is going there. You shall happen when you get what you are going there. Me that I'm talking, I'm going there. So what is this life all about? What is this life all about? Then some correction that I am going to bring to your observation.
Yes,
Demola and Sholape, they didn't have any problem since Demola died.
Okay.
Demola loves Sholape so much, and he loves those 2 children so much.
Okay.
To the last, he loved those 2 children.
Okay, why was she not the one going to stay in Spain as at that time?
Stay there. How can?
But Wasila was always there.
Wasila is there, Remi is there.
That's what I'm saying. That was okay. Somebody you love so much will be the one that will be with you.
It doesn't matter. If they were to choose who will go and stay with the mother in Spain. Before he was so sick, that's why he was so sick.
Before he became sick.
It was Remi that's supposed to go with Demola. Remi is the legal one.
Right? Yes.
Remi is the legal one.
Yeah.
Remi and Demola started when they were in secondary school. Before Demola even traveled to America. Before we went to America, Remi and Gosila, they used to be rival there. But Gosila goes away. Garisi. Wasila used to come to Adenido's then when I was there. She got married to Alaji. And Alaji has a first wife. That woman is from Malaysia. Very nice woman. That was where the problem started. She couldn't wait. I think she had 3 kids before she now parted with Alaji and come back to come and marry Demola. So it's not as if Demola is now the third husband. But having said that, all this that Sholape is doing, she doesn't need it at all. The problem now, England no power mercy. Let them live their life. Forget me, Paugu. For heaven's sake, Demola Tiku, Remi Tiku, Remi Tojiya, when Demola was nothing, don't stick to him. Don't just struggle. Remi now Jaleni.
Ben.
Remi was alive when Wasila was enjoying everything. But Remi Jaleni, Demola Jaleni.
Dejenwo was her first husband, yes, Dejenwo.
You don't need to be doing all this. Leave everything to God to fight for you. Leave everything. When you don't have power over it, you just step back and let God do it for you. There is nothing you can do. In all ways, Wasila will beat your hands down on this. She will beat your hands down on this. Come on, they're not doing Kotomadi Pema Church, Mama Fee, oh, the Shana, Moto Biomo Kekere now. Shorora Epini. Oh, they're going to push it, but look at Bobu Koloje. Put their face on one way. Our grandchildren will see that's your dog call me. I want to let them be. Go touch you one more year. Go teach you. You're a pretty lady. And you can still work. You are a lawyer for heaven's sake. Go back to you are a British. Go back to England and face you and go and get a job. And take care of your children. And forget. Poverty and we are perfect. Sorry, people look me. Well, some school no more. And so then, see what my school no more. Ọlọ́run máa gbọ́ràn lọ́wọ́ dídò òun ló sọ wípé bí Tinubu bá rí ẹ ó máa fún ẹ lówó bí kìíní bá rí ẹ Sanwó-Olú wọ́n máa ṣe léè fún ẹ gbogbo wọn ó dẹ̀ ló fi ra bond fáwọn ọmọ ẹ ní England níbi tó wà kó máa yí di interest kó lọ ṣe educational account fáwọn ọmọ ẹ kọ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ kó fa àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ lẹ̀ kó yẹ kó àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ káàkiri ẹ kó kó àwọn ọmọ lọ sí agbo Wàsíù òun kó wọn lọ kọ́ má sàn yẹn àwọn ẹlòmíì wà tó máa ń ṣe ìbàjẹ́ èèyàn for anything tó orogún méjì bá ń jà ilé olórogún ọgbà wèrè ni tó orogún méjì bá ń jà àwọn kan ò gbọdọ̀ wá bẹ̀ kó tún máa yí sí so Ṣọlá pé get off this hold yourself tí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lè lọ sí corona káwọn ọmọ ẹ padà sí England kọ́ lọ kàwé.
Wọ́n tiẹ̀ wá ń corona wọ́n náà ń sanwó school wọn corona sẹ́ẹ̀.
Wọ́n ti sanwó ọkọ̀ bàbá wọn ti sanwó wọn.
Wọ́n ti sanwó sílẹ̀.
Tí wọ́n bá frustrated let me tell you another thing if they are not frustrating this girl ọmọ kékeré yìí gbogbo wa láti ṣe ọmọ kékeré rí nígbà tí ọkọ ẹ̀ wà láyé me and my husband gbogbo wa la rí bọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ tó àwọn ọmọ tó sọ pé òun àtọkọ ẹ̀ wọ́n pàtì kọkọ ẹ̀ tó kù yẹn bàbá ńlá rọ ni. wọ́n ní tí àlè bàbá ẹni tó bá ju ìyá wa lọ ìyá náà ń pè é ìyẹn ló wà láàrin òun àti Wòsílà ìyẹn ló wà láàrin wọn.
àǹtí Wòsíwò ń kókó.
ju wípé kó gbà fún Ọlọ́run kó gbà wípé bèbí tòun nìyẹn nítorí ojú kòkòrò ló máa ń ṣe most of àwọn ọmọ wa because mi ò mọ bí at your age tó máa rí ẹni tó ti níyàwó kìíní tó ti níyàwó kejì àìmọye àwọn obìnrin míì ló dẹ̀ ti bímọ fún àṣebáwọn ọmọ méjì ti ẹ̀yìn ní àbígbẹ̀yìn àìmọye ọkùnrin tó ti bímọ fún.
ọmọ pọ̀ èyí tó wà ní Ghana àwọn ọmọ yìí wà ní Ghana àwọn ọmọ wà ní kíní káàkiri.
kí ló ń jà fún kí ló ń torí ogún lọ síbí ilé ibì kan lọkọ mú ní mọ́tò ibì kan lọkọ ẹni tó ẹ̀yìn pẹ̀lú mọ́tò jáma òkè gbogbo nǹkan tí Démọ́lá ní ìṣọ́kù sínú gírèfù ẹ̀gbà tó fẹ́ sí ṣọ́kù sínú gírèfù ẹ̀gbà tó fẹ́ sí wọn ò fọwọ́ lẹ́rọ̀ kó tó bá jẹ́ mùsùlùmí ní ẹ̀ṣà àdùwàlá kó bọ́ sórí àwọn kó bọ́ lọ́rùn ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. lọ́run ló ń ṣọkọ ọkọ fúnfún òun ló ń ṣe bàbá fáwọn ọmọ aláìní bàbá ní kó ṣọkọ fún ẹ kó ṣe bàbá fáwọn ọmọ ẹ kó wá wo bọ́lá ń ṣe máa ṣílẹ̀kùn ibi tó rò páwọn ọmọ ẹ ò lè dé ní ayé wọ́n máa kọjá bẹ̀. So kò sí gbogbo ìjà tó ń jà yìí then your mommy supposed to check you. Tí mommy ò bá wà in support of all this thing you are doing she supposed to check you.
wọ́n ní màmá ẹ̀ wà worried o wọ́n ní màmá ẹ̀ ń check ẹ̀ pé kò gbọ́rọ̀ sí màmá ẹ̀ lẹ́nu.
Tí mommy ẹ bá ní láìfẹ́ láti lò wọ́n ní láìfẹ́ àwọn ọmọ ẹ láti lò ìyá ẹ ni wọ́n mọ bó ṣe lè bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ó jẹ́ kó mú ẹ sábẹ́ kó bọ́ra sí òwò tó fi bí ẹ kó fọlọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ pé kó tiẹ̀ wo tàwọn ọmọ yẹn má jẹ́ kó sọ àwọn ọmọ ẹ dìdàkudà sí ẹ lọ́wọ́ má jẹ́ kó sọ àwọn ọmọ ẹ dàwọn ọmọ tó máa máa gbé kiri tó ní rójú tù má jẹ́ kó sọ̀wọ́ náà di ìdàkudà nílé ayé ẹ kó jọ nítorí tọlọ́run kó gbàgbé ogún kí lógún jẹ́ kí ni gbogbo rọ́bìṣì táwọn èèyàn míì máa ń ṣe yìí nítorí ogún for what? For what? Look at me, I'm talking to you. Nígbà tí bàbá mi kú, wọn ò jẹ́ ká sí sílẹ̀. A lọ sí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì bẹ̀rẹ̀ ground lọ́dún náà lọ́wọ́. Akéré. Gbogbo àwọn fámìlì tó jókòó sílé náà, gbogbo wọn ti kú dànù. I am telling you nínú gbogbo ọ̀ràn yẹn, nínú gbogbo fámìlì yẹn, àwọn ọmọ bàbá mi nìkan ládẹni tó lọ sílùú òyìnbó. Torí bàbá gbogbo tó kú ló ti sọ pé òun ò lógún ìwé yín lógún yín òun ò lógún ìwé yín lógún yín. Àwọn fẹ́sì nǹkan tó jẹ́ káwọn òbí máa sọ nìyẹn bínú ìyá bí bàbá ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ fáwọn ọmọ wa bàbá ti rí pọ́lọ́run kẹwàá díẹ̀ mi ò lógún o ìwé yín lógún yín o ìwọ tó bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ kó fẹ́ ṣe orúkọ àwọn ọmọ ẹ kọ́lé yẹn kó tó kú kó dẹ̀ gbé fún wọn ní kọ̀ọ̀kan ilé tiẹ̀ lè wé ilé tiẹ̀ lè wé ilé ìgbà tí Demola ò ti ṣe yẹn. Then what are you fighting for? Ìwọ ló lọ fọ́kọ lọ́kọ náà, orókó ní kúkú lẹ̀ kó tó gbin ẹ̀pà sí. Ọlọ́run á bẹ̀ wo àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run á tú ẹ nínú. Ọlọ́run á ṣílẹ̀ payọ̀ fún agbéràn lọ́wọ́ dìde sí aráàlú sí ẹ. Aráàlú sí ẹ. Èmi ò sọ pé kó lọ bẹ Bòsílà o, but stop láti máa jáde sórí social media kó máa rojọ́ kó máa ìwọ lọ bọ́ lọ́run sọ̀rọ̀. Take everything to God in prayer. Bọ́lọ́run sọ̀rọ̀ kó wá wo bọ́lọ́run ṣe ń jà fẹ́ni tí ò lára bọ́lọ́run ṣe ń gbèjà ẹni the God that will fight for the oppressed one the God that will fight the oppressors because of the oppressed òun lọ́lọ́run náà.
alájà káàb.
kí ló ń ṣe then Wosila Mrs. Seriki ẹjọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká rántí Ọlọ́run. No matter what, abiyamọ nìwọ náà. Má wo ti Ṣọlá pé wo ti àwọn ọmọ méjèèjì yẹn. Wọ́n ti àwọn ọmọ méjèèjì yẹn ìgbà míì igi téèyàn bá fi ojú di ó máa ń gúnyàn lójú ó máa ń fọ́ lójú. Wọ́n ti àwọn ọmọ méjèèjì yẹn. Kó tiẹ̀ wo wípé kì í Ṣọlá pé mi ò ní nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe kó tiẹ̀ dìde. Peace deposit fáwọn ọmọ méjèèjì yẹn lórúkọ wọn ní kọ̀ọ̀kan kò ṣe fọ́tò kọ́.
ọmọ pọ̀ lẹ̀ àǹtí àṣàbí ọmọ yìí pọ̀ lẹ̀.
no àní lórí Wòsílà ní owó tó lè mú nínú owó tiẹ̀ tí kò ń ṣòwò Démọ́lá tó dẹ̀ máa wò tó máa sọ pé òkè jẹ́ fi 10 million síbí fún Junior jẹ́ fi 10 million síbí fàmánì tó dẹ̀ máa ṣe photocopy receipt tó dẹ̀ máa kó lé Ṣọlá pé lọ́wọ́. Tó máa kólé lọ́wọ́ she can do it ṣé kò lè adopt àwọn ọmọ yẹn ni. Ṣé kò lè adopt wọn kó sọ wọn kó rán wọn ní ìwé débi.
But ó depend lórí relationship tí ìyàwó ọmọ tó bá fẹ́ adopt tí ìyàwó bá ṣe dáadáa sí ẹ.
That is the mistake we always have. Kò ń ṣe relationship tóun àti ìyàwó ní ló fẹ́ sọ bí àwọn ọmọ tí ìyàwó bí fún ọkọ ẹ̀ kò ń listen to me mi ò sọ wípé kó gbé àwọn ọmọ yẹn kó máa bá gbélé mo ní ó lè open account fún wọn. Kóhun ní kọ́pì kan kó dẹ̀ gbé kọ́pì.
Bàbá wo ṣe máa open account fún ẹ tí ìyàwó ọmọ ẹ̀ tí ìyàwó ń bú mi kiri.
Ìyẹn àwọn ọ̀dà ṣe bí ọ̀sẹ̀ bá kọ́ ẹ̀ ní àkókò mú. Tó bá lọ́ọ̀bù Démọ́lá ni tó bá tí Wòsílà bá lọ́ọ̀bù Démọ́lá gidi gan kò ní jẹ́ kí kankan nínú fúrúùtù Démọ́lá kan sọ́fà.
Wọ́n sọ́fà wọ́n wà òkè.
Irrespective of nǹkan tí ìyá wọn tó lè ṣe fún ó ṣe tiẹ̀ fọ́lọ́run ni ṣé Wòsílà ò ní lọ síbi tí Démọ́lá lọ ni ṣé mi ò ní lọ síbi tí Démọ́lá lọ ni. Bọ̀ wípé mo ṣé àbáṣà tó tó àwọn èèyàn jọ tó tó 50 àwọn tó sínú ẹ̀ nínú military tó tó wọ́n jọ pé òun máa pa wọ́n níjọ́ Monday láàárọ̀ Monday wọ́n lọ pa wọ́n tóun kò dẹ̀ jírí Monday yẹn tí ò jírí Monday àbábíọ́lá tó ń yọ̀ nígbà tábàṣà kú tí gbogbo títì kú tó ti rò pé òun máa jáde tí ò dẹ̀ jáde níbẹ̀ yẹn. tó kí ni ò tó lẹ́sìn fún wa náà nílé ayé yìí ilé ayé àfọwọ́bà sílẹ̀ ni nà ọ́ ilé ayé àfọwọ́bà sílẹ̀ ni kí Wòsílà máa wo gbogbo nǹkan tí Ṣọlápé ń ṣe tó bá wá mọ̀ wípé òun ò ní nǹkan kan pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ Ṣọlápé mi ò sọ Ṣọlápé sí mi ò ní kó ní nǹkan kan pẹ̀lú Ṣọlápé o ó lè ní nǹkan pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ Ṣọlápé kó má ní nǹkan pẹ̀lú Ṣọlápé o it's two things o tó bá wá mọ̀ wípé òun ò ní nǹkan kan pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ Ṣọlápé tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pọkọ òun ló bí wọn Wòsílà àti Démọ́lá nìyẹn náà ìjọ kan máa wà tọ́jọ́ máa pàdé lẹ́sẹ̀ ègbèjì náà ìyẹn ò ṣe nǹkan kan Ṣọlápé yìí ni kó jẹ́ kó rí òun pé kó ẹ bọ́ síta kò sí nǹkan tó bá ń bọ́ síta a lot of people wọ́n náà máa blame nítorí ojú ló kó ní kúkúnlẹ̀ kó tó bí ẹ̀pà sí ìwọ ló lọ fọ́kọ lọ́kàn no matter what ìwọ ló lọ fọ́kọ lọ́kàn bó ṣe lè wù kó jẹ́ Wòsílà sì ṣíwájú ẹ̀ bímọ fún Démọ́lá ó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé Wòsílà ti ná gbá ó ti ná gbòòrò ó ti lọ fọ́kọ méjì but ìyáálé ẹ̀ ló sì jẹ́ nílé Démọ́lá kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ fi ṣe tó bá dẹ̀ lè ti wò ó gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìtàgé ẹ̀ tó lè sọ fọ́ọ̀mù fún yẹn káwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ kó lọ máa tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀ kó jẹ́ kọ́lọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ tọ́ wọn ó ní owó bàbá ẹ̀ ní owó mi ò sọ tìyẹ́ ọ bàbá ẹ̀ ṣàbà ó ní owó ìwọ náà dẹ̀ ní owó ó dẹ̀ ní connections ó ní kọlẹ̀kúnlé àwọn ọmọ Àbáṣà kó tó wọlé náà.
mọ́mí stepfather ní Ṣábà kan ní bàbá ẹ̀ o stepfather ní o.
Okay but òun àtàwọn ọmọ Àbáṣà they were very very close. òun náà dẹ̀ ní owó.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni mà.
ó dẹ̀ ní owó ó dẹ̀ gbàgbé ókè tó bá jẹ́ pé bó ṣe bí àwọn ọmọ yẹn ni bàbá wọn ti kú ńgbà tó wà ń kókó kọ irú ìjà tó ń já ìṣó máa máa jà ni.
àǹtí wáìkò ẹ jẹ́ káwọn sọ̀rọ̀ tán so that I mean láti máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí àwọn èèyàn máa ń complain pé wọ́n ń gbọ́ wa. Yes ma'am.
òyìnbó bímọ fún ọ wọlé náà ó recognize ẹ náà ó sọ yìgì fún ẹ náà tó o dẹ̀ ṣe sùúrù kó tó àwọn ọmọ ẹ kó gbẹ́jọ́ ẹ lọ fọlọ́run kọ́lọ́run lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ rojú ẹ kó gbé lọ ilé ayé ilé asán ni náà àti Wòsílà o àti wọ́ o ilé ayé yìí ilé asán ni náà kí ni garanti pé ilé ọ̀la máa mọ́ báyìí ẹ̀yìn ní tí ò ní dọ̀la tó ń dóṣù mẹ́fà ní gbogbo wa kọ́lọ́run jẹ́ kọ́dún wa kó pẹ́ láyé kọ́lọ́run jẹ́ ká ṣoríire láyé àmọ́ ká gbàdúrà kí ìparun èèyàn kó má tọwọ́ wa bọ́ níbi tí Ṣọlápé ti ń rojọ́ kiri tó ti ń rojọ́ kiri ẹni tó bá wo bó ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn á ti mọ̀ pé depression ti step in ó ti step in.
Well, you are right.
Ó ti step in so anxiety ti wà ńbẹ̀ bipolar ti wà nínú ayé ẹ̀ ṣé kí ó wá ya wèrè kó di èrò kó di psychiatric patient ṣé àdúrà tí Wòsílà ń gbà nìyẹn ṣé inú Wòsílà máa dùn sí tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé inú Wòsílà máa dùn sí ni tírú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn bá dẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ṣé kò ní affect ọmọ yẹn ó kè ṣé Démọ́lá máa wá forgive Wòsílà lọ́rùn ṣé ó máa forgive ẹ̀ lọ́rùn ni tó ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ́sọ́ tún ká sọ́sọ́ sí àwọn méjèèjì kí Wòsílà wò wípé ókè ẹ jẹ́ kí n ti ara ẹ̀ sin Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú gbogbo ariwo tó ń pa yìí mi ò ní nǹkan kan tí máa fóun but ẹ jẹ́ kí n invest nínú ayé àwọn ọmọ kó dẹ̀ lọ sí kòrónà títí táwọn ọmọ yẹn máa fi jáde skúlù kó san owó skúlù wọn parí ní kòrónà kó dẹ̀ wá ṣí àkáǹtì fún àwọn ọmọ yẹn educational fund kó fi sínú àkáǹtì kó fi ṣe fixed deposit kó tiẹ̀ ṣe débi pé ọwọ́ ìyá wọn ò gbọdọ̀ kàn títí táwọn ọmọ yẹn máa fi wọ yunifásitì kó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wọn kó dẹ̀ mójú ẹ̀ kú kó wá fi Ṣọlápé lẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run kó jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run náà eléyìí ti pọ̀ jù nǹkan tó ń ṣọmọ yẹn ń sìn ó ti di chronic depression lóní àní gbogbo wa la rí nígbà tí ọkọ ẹ̀ kú because she is the type tó jẹ́ pé yàtọ̀ sí àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tẹ̀mí òròpó gẹ́lùs máwọn fámìlì ọkọ gan.
Táni yẹn ta ló tún ṣe sí i? Ọ̀rọ̀ àmì. Ọ̀rọ̀ àmì.
Àgbọ̀ Démọ́lá tó ní gbogbo Búdà Démọ́lá ti kú náà. Ibi tí Démọ́lá lọ Wòsílà máa lọ Ṣọlápé máa lọ èmi máa lọ gbogbo wa la máa lọ ní kọ̀ọ̀kan.
ẹ ṣé gan ma, thank
Ọmọ
you.
pàtàkì sílẹ̀ vanity ọkọ̀ vanity. Okay, bàbá yìí, bàbá Fernandez. Bàbá Fernandez dà lọ́jọ́ ẹ̀. Ṣé Demola náwó tó Fernandez? Ẹ̀gbọ́n wò sílẹ̀ ọkọ ìyá ṣé wọ́n náwó tó Fernandez? Fernandez dà lọ́jọ́ ẹ̀ ni. Ọ̀hún dà, Erelu Abíọ́lá tó bá Fernandez jìyà. Ṣèbí ìyá oníyà ṣì wà láyé tó ń gbádùn. Ọmọ kékeré kọ́ ló jẹ gbogbo ogún yẹn sí. So kí ni nǹkan tá à ń fà? Ilé ayé ilé asán. Ẹ wò kẹ́lòmí sọ.
ẹ ṣé gan ma, thank you so much ma. ṣé àǹtí Ruth ni next àbí àǹtí Jimmy? Okay, àǹtí Jimmy fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ náà.
ẹ̀jẹ̀ sáré sọ̀rọ̀ ṣé rí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ láti ti sọ. Yes, ṣé rí nǹkan tó kàn dùn mí ni pé tí òkú bá ń rí ọ tó bá ń rí ayé ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn bá sọ pé tó òkú bá ń rí ayé ó yẹ kí Demola kọ́ máa ti kà bẹ̀rù báyìí torí pé ó máa dùn mí o ó dùn mí gan ẹ tó dẹ̀ dùn mí fún jù ní àǹtí rẹ̀ ní ó dùn mí pé àǹtí rẹ̀ ní òsì láyé ọ̀sìn láì gbogbo wájọ ṣe kékeré lágége ni ó máa gégé tó bá ní pé èèyàn tí ò bá máa dárúkọ bàbá àti rẹ̀ ní lágége òdúbẹ̀là agége kan àwọn òdúbẹ̀là kan ni ìyẹn tí wàá kọ́ láti ọmọ àǹtí rẹ̀ ní ló fẹ́ láti ọmọ màmá mi ẹni tó bí lẹ́mi gangan baby sister mi she is late now and dúró tún is late now both of them ti kú àbúrò mi àtọkọ ẹ̀yẹ ti kú yes kán tó má rìn ní lọ láti kú later kò pẹ́ ní dúró kú nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ fàyọ fún yín ni pé ọkùnrin ló yẹ kí ọ̀rọ̀ Demola kọ́ ní ọgbọ́n gbogbo àwọn ọkùnrin tó bá ti jẹ́ olójú kòkòrò ọkùnrin tó bá jẹ́ pé kò síbi tó lè ti skẹ́ẹ̀tì ó yẹ kí ọ̀rọ̀ ọkùnrin Demola because àwọn àtàntìrẹ mi jọ ṣe kékeré sweetheart tí wọ́n ní high school sweetheart tí wọ́n ní nígbà tó máa ṣe wedding àwọn àti àbúrò ọkọ ya àwọn àti fún mi ṣe mọ̀ kó dárúkọ fún mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan that is half sister àti rẹ̀ mí wọ́n rán àwọn kámẹ́rà máa lọ to the extent pé lè rí security yẹn tight wọ́n mú àwọn kámẹ́rà máa yẹn gbà ẹ́ wọ́n tì wọ́n mọ́lé wọ́n fìyà jẹ wọ́n because ọkùnrin Demola ò sọ fún àǹtí rẹ̀ mi pé àwọn ń fẹ́ àbúrò ọkọ ya ń gbà yẹn.
Can you imagine?
ọkọ mi ni pé àǹtí rẹ̀ mi kú ó dún mí àbúrò àti yẹn pretty ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ ní kì í ṣe ẹṣọ ọmọ tálákà kankan ẹ tó bá ọkọ ìdíyà tó jíṣẹ́ ni bọ̀ kí lè kọ́ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tẹ́mi fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn.
ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin.
nọ́mbà tí nǹkan tí mo ṣe pọ́bì lẹ́ẹ̀kan ni wípé ọmọ yẹn tó ń dárúkọ pé Bísọ́lá ò kì í ṣe ọmọ àti tẹ ọkùn Demola.
ok ọmọ tó bí fún Dẹ́jà wọn àbí kí ló kọ first husband ẹ̀. ok.
yes òun ni kì í ṣe ọmọ ọkùn Demola so why nǹkan tẹ́mi kò fẹ́ sọ ni pé why tó ṣe lẹ́nu nínú ọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ yẹn kò yẹ kó dá sí tó ẹ kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ sínú lẹ́yìn yẹn gbogbo wọn lọ́lọ́run nǹkan tó fojú àǹtí rẹ̀ mi rí this is the lady tó pé ìgbà fún àìmọye ọdún àǹtí rẹ̀ mi ò wá Nàìjíríà kí ni yẹn àfẹ́ tí wọ́n àfẹ́ tàwọn ọmọ wọn. so eléyìí kó kọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọmọbìnrin oníṣekúṣe anything under skirt. yẹ lamẹ́ríkà àǹtí rẹ̀ mi ò lè wálé because wọn ò sọ fún wọn fẹ́ wọ́n tún àwọn àti fún mi tún rọ́ àwọn ọdún bẹ́ẹ̀ like it's like my family now we are family but ẹ mọ̀ pé ó jẹ́ màmá mi àwọn pẹ́rẹ́ǹtì mi àtọ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n ọmọ agége kan náà ní gbogbo wa àbúrò mi dẹ̀ fẹ́ àbúrò wọn so wọ́n tún rán àwọn kámẹ́rámán lọ tó di ẹsẹ̀ ni pé wọ́n mú àwọn kámẹ́rámán yẹn kéèyàn kàn gbéyàwó òjijì bọ́rọ̀ wò sí àìṣe ní fún àǹtí rẹ̀ nígbà yẹn kí ni yẹn rí ní affect àǹtí rẹ̀ ní. so ọkùnrin oníṣekúṣe ó yẹ kí gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ wọn lọ́gbọ́n sí ókè kí wọ́n ìkan jà sójú ẹ tó gbilẹ̀ ogún gangan láǹtí rẹ̀ ní òun dà ogún tí gbogbo wa máa fi sílẹ̀ tó máa lọ àǹtí ti sọ so many things ṣé ọmọ yẹn àti ọmọ àti Wòsílà ṣé kìí ṣe bí ẹgbẹ́ wọn ó ju ọmọ wọn lọ náà ọmọ wọn jù lọ náà kó fà mọ́ra náà ẹ tó ṣiṣẹ́ fógún dà àwọn ọmọ ara àti rẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ pé báwo ló ṣe máa jẹ́ Bísọ́lá ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ló máa di kí bẹ̀rẹ̀ àgáǹdè bàbá ẹnìkan mú.
no wọ́n ní first born no kò ń ṣòun first born àní first born nu bàbá gangan first born Seriki. èyí tó ló ń ṣàmú ẹni sùúrù èyí tó ló mú kí ìdání is ọmọ Seriki fún rẹ̀ gangan the first son, child ọmọ àǹtí rẹ̀ nìyẹn ọmọ àǹtí rẹ̀ ní. ṣé yẹ ṣọlá pé.
ó ti ṣe gángan ẹni kó bọ́ta kó kò sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí ò make sense màá ní kí lélẹ́yìn tiẹ̀ sọ irú àwọn ìbò ló ń sọ yìí. kó fà á mọ́ra náà wá tó lo búdà ẹ tó jọ pilẹ̀ búdà àti rẹ̀ ní dà àwọn ọmọ àti rẹ̀ ní
Bíọ́lá.
ọkọ̀ máa ń ṣe wọ́n ní jẹ́ kó dárúkọ wọn sí ni ẹ kọ́ kí ló gbóòṣì tí gbogbo wọn ń dùn come on now ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn gbogbo wọn náà ìgbà táwọn náà lọ kọ́ ti lọ fọ́pọ̀ méjì láì yẹ torí pé ọkùnrin Demola di sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ ìgbà yẹn náà padà wá ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kó tọ́jú ọmọ yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká kí gbogbo wa kápọ̀ pé à ń lọ sọ́ọ̀rùn àwọn tó dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ owó àwọn méjì ti jọ lọ tọ́pọ̀ ilé owó yẹn òun làǹtí rẹ̀ ní àtọ̀kùn Demola wọ́n tẹ̀mí fẹ́ sọ fún mi ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́ lómi sọ̀rọ̀.
ẹ ṣe àǹtí Waiko before. Yes ma, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Yes ma, ẹ káàbọ̀.
Má bínú pé mo interrupt.
No, ẹ mú mọ̀ bó ṣe ń ta yín lára ni.
Kẹ́rí bàbá Adéjọ́ ń wò yẹn, àwọn ní pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀, àjùjọ lọ sí LASU ni, àwọn founding fathers of LASU, àwọn tó wà lẹ́yìn bàbá Jákàndé ni bàbá Adéjọ́ ń wò yẹn.
The first husband.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Musilat, gírí tí bàbá yẹn kú báyìí, ó dà pé cardiac arrest ló pa bàbá yẹn, gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀, Amẹ́ríkà ni gbogbo wọn lọ straight ni torí gbà ìyàwó pọ̀ fún bàbá yẹn àwọn ọmọ first wife ẹ̀ àjọ lọ LASU ni àjọ kà ní gírì tí bàbá wọn kú báyìí lọ àwọn tó lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà àwọn tó lọ sí London ìgbà tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ wá travel láyé ṣẹ̀ wá gbọ́ra wá padà láyé ṣẹ̀ wá communicate and reconnect nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ fọ̀rọ̀ jọ nítorí àwọn tó ń tọmọ́ Demola Seriki according to nǹkan tá a gbọ́ wọ́n nígbà tí kinní àìsàn tí ò gbógun yẹn tó ń ṣe bọ̀dá yẹn ó pe gbogbo àwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀ wá sí Spain ó unite wọn ó dẹ̀ ní kí wọ́n wà united ó ṣe will according to nǹkan tá a gbọ́ àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ ó ti pín gbogbo ogún ẹ̀ ibi tó máa sin sí ó ti sọ fún wọn bó ṣe máa ń ṣe ẹ̀yìn òkú ẹ̀ ó affect bàbá Eliganza torí bàbá yẹn sunkún wọ́n ní bàbá yẹn sunkún wò sí láti Demola Seriki kọ́ ni ọkọ àrò ẹ̀ bàbá Adéjọ́ wò yẹn lọ́kọ àrò ẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ló fà fọkọ bàtí bàbá yẹn kú ó padà lọ sílé ọkọ ya ó lọ fẹ́ lòmíì ó fẹ́ ṣíìfù kan láti Ìbàdàn àwọn mọ́mì yẹn sọ àwọn mọ́mì tó kọ́kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wọ́n sọ àwọn kò fẹ́ yẹn ọmọ kan ló bí fún Seriki ọmọ kan Seriki ó sì bímọ síta lẹ́yìn àǹtí rẹ̀ ní ó bímọ síta illegitimate ọ̀tọ̀ gbà wọ́n Ṣọlá pé yẹn was the last wife òun wọ́n ṣe mọ̀mí mu ẹ̀ wọ́n ti pín ogún tí wọ́n sì láti bá wá gbógun lé pé òun lòún fẹ́ jọrò òun fẹ́ jẹ́ o kí ni kí first wife bọ̀dá yẹn sọ àǹtí rẹ̀ nù but ikú ti gbé wọn lọ gbogbo kìíní lady ìwé Ṣọlá pé nǹkan tó máa jẹ títí tó máa fi kú ọkùnrin yẹn ti fún ó ti sọ owó skul àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ó ti sọ sílẹ̀ secondary school ó ti sọ sílẹ̀ àwọn méjèèjì yes àwọn ọmọ yẹn jọ bàbá wọn arúgbó ló fi bá wọn yẹn àwọn Amani àti Junior wọ́n sì tún lábúrò tí bọ̀dá yẹn bí síta
ó tún bí síta
bọ̀dá yẹn
ó dára playboy ni but Wosilat she doesn't need all this they are dragging her name she doesn't need it she doesn't need it she is wealthy she has money she does not lack ojú kòkòrò ni ọ̀tọ́hún bá ń gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé tó ń gbé lọ́kàn kí wá ní kíyàwó bọ̀dá yẹn sọ àǹtí rẹ̀ ní. gbogbo wa la máa kú gbogbo wa la jẹ gbèsè ikú oògùn ni she doesn't need it and this girl Ṣọlá pé iná bí according to àwọn àǹtí méjì tó ti sọ̀rọ̀ before me girl yẹn ó ti ń psycho ipò expect pé ọkọ ẹ̀ máa kú bó ṣe kú yẹn ó really affected. Tẹ bá rí njọ́ tó ń ṣòkú yẹn tó ń gbé síta lórí social media she was lost and she is okay APC ń tọ́jú ẹ̀ kí ló tún wá síta láti ra máa rojọ́ fún ṣé òun nìkan ni òun nìkan kọ́ ni ìyàwó pẹ̀ máa kọ́kọ́ kú àwọn kan yìí tí wọ́n kú lánàá ìní ìṣùkú lálẹ́ ìní máa kú lọ́la
Ní ìṣùkú láàárọ̀ yìí. Ẹgbẹ́ra yín lọ́kọ̀ kò lè gba lọ́yà. Òṣìlá náà gba lọ́yà. Ẹgbẹ́ra yín lọ́kọ̀. Wọ́n ti pín wíìlì bàbá yẹn. According to sources tàgbọ́, ó pe gbogbo wọn. Ó ti unite gbogbo ọmọ wọn. Ó ti pín nǹkan tó máa jẹ.
Bọ̀ òun náà ló sọ pé òun lọ ń jà sí nǹkan tí ò ń ṣe tiẹ̀ tí ó yẹ pé ó mọ̀ pé it's not meant for her. She's going there. A lọ sílé tìkò yìí yẹn. Ó ṣàfẹ́ gbà nú ẹ̀ and all that. Allegedly, that's.
Ó ti pe ìyàwó ní bó ṣe máa ṣòkú ẹ̀. Ibi tó according to nǹkan tá a gbọ́ pé ibi tó ń sí sí Demola ti sọ bẹ̀. Ó ti lọ ra bẹ́lẹ̀. Wọ́n ti sọ fún oògùn tí yóò gbé tí àwọn kíní àìsàn sí yẹn ni.
Cancer ló pa.
Ọtọ́ ṣe nìyẹn and he knew that he was going to go.
Yeah, it was terminal.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ti stage 4 ní kíní yẹn àwọn oògùn àwọn àìsàn stage 4 yẹn ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ẹ ṣe má bínú àǹtí.
No ma, you're very good ma, thank you.
You fight for justice. Ìròyìn ká mi lára ni.
Yes ma. Tí ẹ bá wá sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tó anyway tá a bá sọ lè tán a wá sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ tó jí gbé tí wọ́n ní kínní. So Aunty Ruth, over to you, ma'am.
Hello, sis.
How are you? Good evening, sis. Yeah.
I'm fine. It's quite unfortunate when things like this happen. I always look at the lessons I can learn from it and the lessons everyone can learn from it. Some of the decisions our parents took, some terrible decisions, is the reason why some of us are where we are today, and it's the reason that caused a lot of delay and struggles in our lives. And it's quite unfortunate that those decisions keep repeating itself from generation to generation. And I'm just going to say, what is happening now has always happened from time immemorial when it comes to polygamy. So I'm not surprised. And that's why I say to people all the time, especially women, polygamy is beyond money. Polygamy is beyond big houses.
Sorry, you fell dropping your money. Sorry, my love. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Polygamy is beyond money. Polygamy is beyond big houses, enjoyment, traveling. It's deeper than we see it. And these are the situations we're talking about. Despite all the money, despite their exposure, look at how they are making a mess of themselves in the public. Look at how they are making, and children are born in this disastrous, despicable situation.
And the funniest thing, she took the two children there to the vote, and she was talking in front of them like.
It's very shameful, and this is something that would remain on the media even when the children grew. Okay, look at the man. He was handsome, he had money, he wanted to live life to the fullest. But there are boundaries to these things. He enjoyed the life, he enjoyed the money, but look at the mess he's left. The women are always left with the mess. We are always left to clean the mess. And it's quite sad. I'm just going to say, the lesson I have learned, if you know you are in a polygamous marriage, because we don't just sit down here to hear these stories and we laugh. I like to pick out what I'm learning from every story you bring. If you know you are in a polygamous marriage now, whether there is a will or there is no will, begin to fight for yourself. Begin to keep what you can keep. Because the situations we are seeing now, just last week I was reading about Mr. Ibu and the disaster that is going on there. And when it becomes like that, they begin to go spiritual. It begins to affect children. It begins to dribble down to generation upon generation. These children begin to pick up courses that they know nothing about. Just because adults have decided to misbehave and take terrible decisions. So if you know right now as you're listening, you are in a polygamous situation, and the man is telling you, don't worry, I have a will. You better open your inner mind and open your brain. If you have to go back and get a job or get something doing for yourself and begin to acquire things for your children, the better for you. Because not all women have the energy for this kind of drama. Not all women. So if you know you're that woman that you don't have the strength, because I don't know how people even have strength to be jumping in from one courtroom to another, fighting for what? So if you know you fall into that category that you don't have the strength and you've already found yourself in polygamy, you better start to keep things for your children. Because when these men are gone, a lot of things begin to come out that you will be shocked that you were living with the man, you felt you knew him. You would hear some things and you would be very, very shocked. That lady, if she begins to have some mental breakdown, you can't blame her. This is a terrible situation. This is a situation that is not for the faint-hearted. And as a young girl, if you are listening to me today or as a single woman, you better make good choices for your life. Don't let any man flaunt change in front of you at the detriment of your unborn children. If you can, if you get a widower, marry a widower. But if you feel you are spiritually strong, you are physically ready for the fight, open your eyes and walk into polygamy. Because when we talk and we discuss polygamy like this, they make it look like it's a bed of roses. I'm sorry, I wrote it in the comment there that God, if polygamy is the last blessing you have for me, please
do not give it to me.
I don't want it. I don't care how much the man has. I am not crippled. Not all of us will be billionaires, but some of us will work and be comfortable with the little we have. The stress and drama and the problem we adults live for little children is shameful. It's shameful. Because when you talk of polygamy, people, the only thing that comes to people's mind is money. Money. The man has money. Does money even guarantee happiness? Does money guarantee good health and long life? Life is deeper than money. It is deeper than the things we see.
My sister, sorry, ma. You remember this man from this Uwanyawu, when he died, he left a clause behind that anything they give is small white.
Yes, young girl that he married.
She married. They should take it from her.
No, if she marries another person.
Another person. If she marries another person, they should take all the things he will to her. They should take it from her. He left a clause.
I'm not surprised. Men from the days of my grandfather and the days of my father and even to the days of my son, because I've got a 10-year-old son. To the days of my son, I have so studied men that they are the most greedy and self-centered human beings. A man would always put himself. A man, and I hope women are beginning to open their eyes now, that these men would always put themselves first. So if you like, be married, whether you are in a monogamous marriage or you are in a polygamous situation, just go and sit down there. Enjoy money, don't build your life. Don't do things for your children. Don't fight for the right. Don't begin to keep things for you. Sit down there, Yakata. Believing that the man is keeping something for you. It will shock you. Men always put themselves first. And the day women begin to realize this, the better for us. I'm not saying don't love a man. Love a man. Be dedicated to a man with your eyes open and your brain 24/7. Your brain is at alert. Make sure your brain is working 24/7. Because you see these men, they would never do anything that would inconvenience them for you. They would always put themselves first. Then after them, they will remember you. So the day you begin to reason like that, you would know that life is deeper than what we see. So if you like, as a young girl, everybody, we can see what. Thank God for social media. It's beginning to educate.
See, an impressed on too. Last 2 weeks that we treated it.
We talked about it here.
Yeah.
We talked about it here. It's a pattern, and it's always been like that, sis. But the only reason we're seeing and hearing it now is because of the media. As terrible as social media can be, you can use it to your advantage. You can sit on platforms and learn. You can reflect. Things don't need to happen to you before you learn. You can learn from other people's situation. Don't wait until it happens to you. So if you're a young girl, keep jumping around looking for money where there's no money. I hope as you're jumping into polygamy, you are keeping yourself mentally, you are keeping money for spiritual. Because you see all these things, they always have a spiritual undertone under it. So once you're going into something, go with your eyes open and use your head. And at the end of the day, put your children first and take care of yourself. These men don't give a shit about you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sis. Nobody is talking about those children. You see life. You see life. Eh? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Mr. Larry Crown. Okay, they said we'll talk about the children later. All right. Larry Crown.
Thank you for having me, my sister.
Yes, sir. You're welcome, sir.
I told my wife, use me to achieve your progress. Men, I fear who no fear men.
You fear who no fear men.
If I go to this platform, I've been with my wife for 20 years. I've been with my wife for 20 years. And I love my daughters. I have 2 girls. Sherry, I'm begging women, please prioritize your life.
Good evening, mommy.
For yourself. Be an independent woman. Make sure you work for yourself, make your money, be okay. Because we're in foreign, don't be a Muslim, stay abroad for 9 years. Sherry, I have 2 daughters, and I pray for my daughter to find a man like me. I'm worried about my daughters. I don't worry about my son. He's a boy.
For a man to pray that his daughters will pray, he's praying for his daughter to meet a man like him. Let's give him a clap.
Yes. I'm just begging. I'm begging women. Please, don't live your life for a man. I love my wife. We've been together for 20 years. I don't joke with my wife. If I'm buying Sherry, work on yourself. Be focused. Be successful. Because Cherry, we are very selfish, wicked, greedy. We know the type of woman we want to marry. That's why some men they don't like me. Some men they don't like me because
They're saying the truth.
I'm not a good man. So I want to beg women here, please focus on yourself and your children. Focus on yourself and your children. I want to beg women. We love women. And I'm telling men, I don't believe in Ojo Aleo, this Ojo Aleo. Ojo Osai Gale Maje, Ojo Osai. In your day time, not Ojo Ale. In your day time. So please, I'm begging women here, focus on yourself, focus on your children, forget that man. Because we know we very true, you are successful. So that is why I'm begging women. I'm an advocate of women. And my daughter's 13, 14. They know 13, 7. And I love them. So when you then the man will pardon the women, they don't care. That is why women, men, we turn women to all these single mother, whatever. It's the we men. But they will never talk about it. They will never talk about it. For me to be with my wife for 20 years, I've married for almost 15 years. I don't joke with my wife, most of everybody. Me, this side chick. But there's always a waiting that deviate. Man, but me, deviate, I will never lose my wife or anybody. Because I don't have me, I don't have anything like that. So, thank you, man. Please, women,
Amen, Jesus. Amen, amen.
Focus on yourself. Men, we are not good. You can give your money, your billionaire to a man. You can do it. Because you people, a man love. And a man focus because of your husband. That's why we see all these stupid men, when they fight with their wife, they are not talking rubbish with them. They get their women. The women are very vulnerable people. All under a doubling, we've been Garden of Eden, according to the Bible for a long time, and God created us, created women to be our helper. Can't help Wani. Taban deviate. They need to control ourselves. I just pray for women here. Please focus on yourself. Please focus and set a goal. A man in Nigeria, Baba Yehunche movie, Baba Yehunche professor. And he allowed the woman to become a good woman and become a professor because he knew that, oh, I will die because of my wife. So my wife will be able to take care of my children. He allowed the woman to have a life, get everything. He need to do for everybody to want be. Please be on it. Don't let this man. Yes, please, I beg women here, please enjoy. You people are very honorable. You are honorable because I'm not making and I have a son. Cherry son, yeah, to go smart. But my daughter, I don't want anything to happen to my daughters.
What is about go smart? God bless you.
My sister, for you to have me here.
Thank
please,
you.
I'm begging women. Focus on yourself. Please, focus on yourself and your children. Yes, ma. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Can I quickly point out something? Can you tell that Abe, I don't know what it is.
Abe governor.
He keeps tagging me he's tagging me and writing bitter woman. Please, sir, respect yourself.
Where is he? Okay, Abe. Abe.
Respect yourself, please.
Abe.
And one unfortunate woman might be living with you, calling you husband. Respect your old age, sir.
I will mute him. Okay, don't worry. I'm sorry, I'll mute you. I'm muting him. Sorry about that. I've muted him. Sorry.
my sister.
Emma
We know your mother did a terrible job raising you, but don't embarrass your mother in public. Stop embarrassing your mother in public. You married this man. I am better than all the women in your family put together, including your mom.
Far better.
Miserable man.
Yes, so miserable fool.
I have blocked him off. I'm sorry about that. Emma Binu, Mr. You can imagine. I've blocked him. Emma Binu. Sorry. I've muted him. Sorry about that. Mr. Abe, if you are listening to me because I muted you so that you will listen, I just want you to listen before I block you. I think we have respected you enough on this platform. You come here with your Jagaban agenda. We know you very well that you're always here because of your Jagaban agenda. And that, like you know, I am not one of those of you sycophants that all you do is just to get something out of nothing. They are feeding you with your own property, stipends, and you're going about disgracing yourself. You have done this before. You know, you were asking her silly question the other time if she was married. I think, were you not the one? I guess you were the same person.
He was the one.
You were the same person. And please, I don't want you on this platform again if you are not being respectful. I don't appreciate people who do not respect women. You have seen a man like you, like Mr. Larry Crown, is here talking about women with respect because he has children. He has female children. Tí wọ́n bá ní àwọn ọmọ tó ní àwọn ọmọbìnrin nínú ilé ni wàá orí ò ní sọ̀rọ̀ sóbìnrin. If you are married to a woman, you have a woman in your house, you respect every woman you meet outside. It goes to show that you have no woman in your house, because what you tag us with are just like prostitutes that you carry about. And I'm sorry to say that. Please don't tag me with all those things again and stay on your lane. We are not for Tinubu on this platform. We do allow you to come and speak to us about all these things, you know, when we're talking about politics, because sometimes allow people to speak their minds. But don't come and sell rubbish to us here. We are not interested in you. Thank you very much. I'm very sorry, ma. And Mr. Cram, thank you so much.
Going into the pitch of hell.
Thank you.
He's a jungle man.
Ẹ má dá lóhùn. Àwọn ọkùnrin tó ti wà destroyed lára wọn fún ara wọn.
He's frustrated because he doesn't have a wife. Can never get a wife.
Can you imagine? Mr. Ishola, are you there? Is Mr. Ishola there? Mr. Ishola, you're not there. Mr. Kabedi, Talo and baby before mommy. Kabedi, Talo and baby before mommy. Funky baby, are you there?
Yes.
Good evening, ma. Good evening, ma. How are you, ma? Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say something about this Sholakwe because I'm so sorry for her. But mo kan wo pe kini Auntie Bisi ṣe.
Auntie Bisi Shaba.
Yeah, because ọmọ Auntie Bisi ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Yeah. Auntie Remy, we all live the same area ní Agége.
That's it, no so. Àǹtí Júmi náà sọ
ọmọ Odùbẹ́là ni Àǹtí Rẹ̀mí.
Wow.
So yes, ọmọ Odùbẹ́là ni. Ó ní ẹ̀gbọ́n kan dẹ̀ ní ó ní àbúrò ẹ̀ kan ṣaláìsí Gbénga Odùbẹ́là. Ìyẹn ṣaláìsí sí Belgium. Náà ní Holland. Ó kàn wá dùn mí àǹtí yẹn because ìjọ ìyàwó èmi náà wà ní àwọn flower girls.
Oh, the flower.
Fún Auntie
Remi. First wife.
Because gbogbo wa they are.
And wọ́n sọ pé ẹ bá bí mi fẹ́ cut sí a little bit. Ṣàmọ̀ wọ́n ní Ṣọlápé you keep parading yourself as the legal wife, that you are not the legal wife. Auntie Remi is the legal wife. That you are not legally married to him. Okay. Ẹ má bínú.
Yes. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ló dàbí bí n ṣe gbọ́ because Èwòsílà gangan ó jẹ́ kò ń ṣọ̀rẹ́ mi direct but ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni. We close, not so close. Ọ̀rẹ́ tèmi ni Èwòsílà.
Okay.
But because Aunty Remi ńgbà tó jà ó dàbí pé ó divorce. Kó tó lọ marry Ṣọlápé. So oyè Ṣọlápé dẹ̀ dúró tí wọ́n ní Spain. Òun ló wà like a legal wife tọ́jọ́ ń gbé ní Spain yẹn.
No, òun ò bá wọn lọ sí Spain. Òun kọ́ ló bá wọn lọ sí Spain.
Ó lọ bá wọn. Yes.
Ó máa ń lọ but òun gangan kọ́ ni.
Ó máa ń lọ. Yes. Ó máa ń lọ àtọ́rí mo mọ̀. Ó máa ń lọ sí because immediately tí ìyàwó ojú kúkúrò ní Uncle Demola dé sí Spain. Lòun wá di ambassadors ní Spanish embassy. But Aunty Bisi ní ẹjọ́ wà lọ ara wọn báyìí. Because ọmọ yẹn ti ń go to I don't know ó ti ìjọ tó kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni mo ní I don't know because even Ṣọlápé náà àti máa wọ bíi 50 sìn or 40 something.
She will be in her 40s, yeah.
Yes, because 40 something. Because I don't know because Wosila is 60. Wosila is 63 or something because I'm 61. Wosila will be around 63 maybe. So Momo. Auntie.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
This. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi?
Ẹ kàn lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ni mà.
We hear you and
okay. So nǹkan tèmi rò pé ó lè ṣe nìyẹn because àǹtí èmi máa try láti get in touch pẹ̀lú mọ́mí ẹ̀ because mo ní mọ́mí ẹ̀ ṣe rántí pé ìgbà kan náà ni àǹtí Bísí náà wà lórí
social media. Ìgbà tó náà fẹ́ ọmọ kékeré ṣé gbà tó sọ pé lọ fún ọmọ kékeré. Mọ́mí.
Tí gbogbo
ṣé gbà
ọjà ṣe rántí pé àǹtí Bísí náà ti dá sọ̀rọ̀ ọjà orí social media rẹ̀.
Ìyẹn tí ẹ yàtọ̀ ìgbà yẹn tí ẹ yàtọ̀ ànígbà kan tó sọ pé wọ́n lọ fẹ́ ọmọ kékeré ẹ ṣáàrùn ti gbà tó ní pé wọ́n ní pé ẹni yẹn wọ́n ní ó ní ìyàwó ní bíbá wọ́n ní ìyẹn sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ pé òun ń bọ̀ wípé ó wá lọ kó bá mọ́mì ní Lagos wọ́n dẹ̀ níyẹn kéré sí wọn o àlẹ́jì ni o wọ́n ló níyàwó.
Ìyá oníyà òde ṣe rí bí man Mr. Larry yẹn ṣe sọ ṣe rọrùn ọkùnrin but ọkùnrin míì máa ń wà.
YouTube, please, can I come back? I will off it and come back immediately. Please, 1 minute.
Like me, ọkọ mi, èmi nìkan ló fẹ́. Èmi nìkan ló fẹ́, but ó kú ní bí 3 years ago. But still, àwọn ẹbí gbogbo properties ló fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ mi.
Can you imagine? Tell ní ẹlòmíì lógógún ẹ̀ lọ́ba kan.
Ṣé rí pé kò ní ìyàwó mi kò ní kíní we are legal married.
1 minute.
But still, àwọn ẹbí will be there. Àwọn ẹbí